Alright. What is up, what is up? This is alertwolf here. And I'm going to bring you another review. And this time, it's of Green Blood, Chapter 12, called The Secret Meeting. And basically, this chapter picks up where pretty much the other one left off, where Kip and oh, what's his name? Oh, and Ray, yeah, Raymond Fitzgerald. There we go. So Kip and Ray, basically start talking, and we all know what this is going to lead to, because we know how much Kip hates Brad. But it's important to note that sorry, trying to get centered here. It's important to note that fucking Ray hates and cannot stand this Weasley son of a bitch too. Clearly they don't like each other, and you know, he's like, basically what goes down here is Kip finally gets Ray to listen to him, and Ray almost kills him in the process, but you know, holds back and goes, "What if I get you a way to kill the Reaper, to kill Brad, without starting a war over it?" You know, he basically says that they're looking to get rid of him, but they don't know how. So he has this plan, and again, we don't get what the plan is yet. But then the next thing the next thing that happens is they pan out, and you go into his brother. You go into Brad and Luke's house, and they're there with JJ, and they're JJ being Luke's best friend, and they're cracking jokes. This part of the chapter was pretty funny. They're making fun of the fact that Luke passed out instead of banging this chick, the prostitute, and he didn't get laid, but you know, JJ did, and he's a man now, and they're making fun of him for being a virgin, and it's just, and this making fun of him for being a virgin goes on throughout this entire chapter, you know. But they do start to talk about this guy they met that took them there, and although they didn't call him by name, or they didn't say who, you know, they didn't describe exactly who this guy really was, and they don't even know who he actually is. It's interesting to note that Luke doesn't trust this guy because his perceptions aren't dulled. He wasn't fooled by a fake smile. He didn't like the guy's eyes. He clearly saw that he's a scary, darker individual than he lets on. But his best friend is completely sold on this guy. So and then they go back to more jokes, making fun of the fact that he's a virgin. He's always going to be a virgin. Then we see that the One-Eyed Jack playing card is left for Brad, and Brad and Kip start to talk. Now Kip makes it sound like he's like, "Listen, I just want to bury the hatchet. We're going to be working together for a long time. I don't want there to be trouble," and which is not exactly bullshit, because I wouldn't want to piss this guy off either. So when Brad starts listening, he basically tells him, like, "Listen, I don't work for you." He's like, "I know I'm never going to follow your orders. I know you follow my dad's orders. I completely understand. I get it." He goes, "But I got a little story to tell you. And it's about a hitman." And he begins to tell him exactly what's going down. Now at this point, JJ and Luke are walking home again. Or no, I don't even know if they're walking home. They're just walking through the 5 points. And you know, JJ's like, I want to go back to the whorehouse, but I'm broke, and he's like, and Luke is like, I'm kind of broke from that too, even though I didn't do anything. And then they run into Fitzgerald. They run into Ray again, and he's like, dude, I know of another place. If you're a little broke, I know of another place that's cheaper. And what happens is, immediately, Luke is suspicious, because he's like, no, you already brought us to the best spot you could have brought us yesterday when we were virgins. Now all of a sudden you know of a better spot that's cheaper. Like, it seems fishy to him, because it is fishy. And more jokes about and his friend's like, no, I'm gonna go with them. Fuck it, fuck it, let's just go. And he's like, come on, man. And he goes, Brad, you're not coming? And he's like, no, I'm not coming. And then they crack more jokes about him being a virgin, crack more jokes about his virginity, and JJ's like, yeah, we should just go. And he makes one more attempt, and he's like, come on, it'll be fun. And then they pan over, and Kip, that Weasley bastard, is telling him, telling Brad basically what's going down. That you have a brother. Basically, he's saying this hitman has a brother, but what would this hitman do if his brother was in, like, mortal danger? And the panel, I really think this guy may have been inspired a little bit by the Joker, because a lot of the way this guy looks when he's grinning and his eyes are bulging, he looks like the Joker to me, right? He looks like a version of the Joker. And they also in this page, you're going to see in the middle you're going to see that the face of Ray, his eyes, like it's like he has no pupils, meaning his soul is gone, like he's going into killing mode. And then the next panel, the next page, which is the second to last page in the thing, I think is so iconic and so awesome. Ray pulls out his gun and he shoots fucking JJ in the head, killing him instantly. And the panel is from behind. Like, if there was a camera, it would be behind them, and so you see their back, and he's just standing there, with the gun. I mean, you can't see it in this frame, but he's just standing there, with the gun drawn, and he shoots the guy, and he's still in motion, and there's splatter coming out of JJ's head as he's still falling, and the look on Luke's face where he's not even sure what he witnessed. It just was that fast, like that. And then the last page you see is basically, you see his eyes, Luke's eyes closer, and there again he's still in shock, and there's blood splatter coming, and he goes, and Ray's like, sir, you're gonna come with me, right? And that's how it ends. Now, this was an amazing chapter. There was tension throughout the whole thing. There was a lot of jokes. I love the virginity cracks and all those jokes. They were pretty funny. And it seemed like, you get that feeling like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen, but there's slow tension building throughout the entire issue. Like, what, that he's going to go after the brother. That was Kip's plan all along. But I didn't expect that the brother's best friend to get blown away. I think it was shocking. I thought it was awesome. And it was probably the most unforeseen thing. I mean, people die all the time in this book because they're constantly killing people. This is the first main character to go in this series. And he went like that. It was shocking. And it was just awesome. I mean, there's no more hiding what his brother does. anymore. Brad's gonna have to come out that he's a hitman and he's the Reaper and he's in a gang, the Gravediggers. So this is all coming to a head, and it's really, really good. You know, the next I am salivating over the next chapter because I cannot wait. So, having said all this, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I thought this chapter was great. So I'm gonna say this is an excellent chapter. Definitely worth reading. Chapter 12, the secret meeting. Great stuff. And again, as always, the artwork was perfect and awesome. And yeah, man, I cannot wait until the next issue to see what happens next. So this is Alert Wolf here, telling you to click it up if you like it. Subscribe if you can, comment if you must. And this is me signing out.